Alright, hello everyone, how are you guys doing? I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and today we're here with another video, so this is going to be another comparison video. Before we get into it, I'll go ahead and just say a few things real quick. One, I'm very sick, not very sick, I feel fine, but I'm just really congested, and I'm sure you guys can hear that. On top of that, I love the support in the last video, you guys were fucking amazing, so thanks a lot for that. If this video helps you, make sure to leave a like as well. But what we will be doing today is comparing Ice Burst with Ice Barrage. So, as you guys can see maybe by the name down here, this is not my account, it's a friend of mine, Kevin. Shout out to him. My phone just vibrated. But shout out to him. Thanks a lot, Kevin. I literally asked him if he could get Monkey Madness 2 done just for this video. The dude's a beast and went ahead and did it. With that being said, I'm going to kind of go over the gear that we have right now. So as you guys can see in my inventory, I have pretty much a max setup, kind of. It's not fully max. Things that you can improve upon. I don't know if there's a better book, but I know that you can get Ancestral top and bottom. I think 3rd Age Mage Hat's the same as Ancestral top, or hat, I'm not sure. But on top of that, you can get a Kodai wand, I have a Master wand, and I have an Imbued Heart. So this is kind of the setup that I'm going with. Obviously, you'll have better or worse gear depending on your bank value, but for the most part, this is a pretty good comparison for most people. So, while this video is comparing the Monkey Madness 2 spot, I know that may not be accessible to most people, so if you guys want to see a Dust Devil and Necreel comparison, go ahead and leave that down below, and make sure to leave a like. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and test some stuff now, and yeah. Alright, so before we get into the comparisons, just a couple things I guess I could go over real quick. So basically, as far as actually killing the monkeys, I was not always there. I mean, for the most part, I was making sure that I was getting relatively good EXP rates to make it accurate, but I figure most people here aren't going to be like flicking prayers. They're also not going to be, you know, constantly going for the best spot to hit with the burst and barrage. That's one of the things you got to take into consideration is where you're attacking these, because you want to have like a cluster of 9 preferably, and so you want to attack in the middle of that cluster. So for the most part, I was doing that, trying to make sure, but it wasn't perfect. I'm not one that's been bursting or barraging for max EXP for a long time, or really ever, but I figured this was most common to the average player. On top of that, there is a way to make this pretty much free as far as adding in prayer potions, which is why I don't take it into consideration later. These monkeys drop prayer potions, and realistically there are ways to go about picking them up and still getting your max EXP rate, so I don't take that into consideration later. I didn't do it here, but personally, I mean, it's pretty much worth it to do, since one prayer dose is going to keep you there for a pretty long time, considering how little time it actually took you to pick it up. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get on into the comparisons. Alright, so to start, we're going to go ahead and look at the hourly rates that you can expect to get. So I do have kind of the rune costs on the side, because that is ever changing. Right now, death runes are really high. They're about 350 per one, and blood runes have also reached kind of a peak. So I put those costs over there so that you know how much to change it, and you know kind of how that works compared to prices whenever you're watching this video. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and get on into it. So with the hourly results that I was getting, basically what I found is with Ice Burst, you can average about 230k XP per hour. Remember, this is with pretty good gear and an Imbued Heart. And with Ice Barrage, you can get 290k XP per hour. However, the big difference, obviously, that you all know comes when you compare the cost of them, as Ice Burst cost 1.3 thousand coins. Sorry, it cost 1.130, and so that's obviously a huge difference compared to the Barrage cost of 2,000, which in the end actually makes it to where you're spending a mil more an hour for Barrage, and you're only getting about 60k XP more an hour. So you guys can decide if that's up to you. I'm going to go ahead and look at a 10-hour overview now. So whenever we look at a 10-hour comparison, pretty simple, obviously, to figure this one out. It's just times the numbers I just had by 10, but it kind of gives you a better idea to go ahead and see the numbers for yourself. So in 10 hours of bursting, you would be able to expect around 2.3 mil mage XP and a 13 mil loss, and then with Barrage, you would expect to get a 2.9 mil XP gained and a 23 mil loss, which is a ton of money. And I'm not saying that either of these are the best way to go about training magic. I'm just saying that if you want to do something that's AFK and costs money, which one is better for you? So with that being said, we'll go ahead and get into the overview of it all. So now to the overview. As you guys saw before in the top left, I had the results, and I have them there now, and we kind of talk about what this actually means. So in the end of this 10 hours, you would expect to get about 600k more XP with Barrage than with Burst. There we go. and in total that would end up saving you 2 hours and 36 minutes. So basically, if you were going to go ahead and use burst to get the same amount of XP in this scenario, you'd have to spend 10 hours barraging compared to 12 hours 36 minutes bursting. So with that being said, obviously you save yourself that much time, and you'd also have to go ahead and spend another 3.4 mil to go ahead and cast the amount of burst that you need to actually reach that point. So with that being said, whenever you subtract the total cost, not including prayer potions, as it's relatively low and you can pick up the prayer potions yourself, basically the total difference that you end up getting is a total of 6.6 mil, and it saves you 2 hours 36 minutes, as I said before. So with that being said, you would have to go ahead and make more than 2.53 mil per hour. So, I mean, that's a really high mark to hit, and it may not be worth it then, because this is AFK, so I mean, AFKing with burst for another hour or two really isn't that big of a deal, unless you're really sparing on time. For the most part, not a ton of people can hit the 2.5 mil mark. I mean, obviously people that kill Zora pretty efficiently, but you'd have to kill it really efficiently. I don't think that your average Zora killer that's just kind of hanging out and doing it for fun would be able to reach that. You'd kind of have to go hard at it, so take that into consideration. But obviously, as I always say, this is up to you guys. You guys can decide to go off this or not. I'm just saying that if you were going to go ahead and save yourself this much time, that's probably how much money you should make to actually make it worth your while. But you play the game however you want. Trust me, don't let me influence you. If you don't want to be influenced, that is. So with that being said, that'll be it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. If you guys have any future comparisons that you guys want to see, go ahead and let me know. Obviously, I'm already thinking about red versus black chins, as that was mentioned by one of my friends, so I will be doing that in the future, but obviously go ahead and leave anything else you guys want to tell me down below. But with that being said, hope you guys have a wonderful day, and peace.